Okay, hello everybody, welcome back into another stream. I hope we're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today. Let me know how the volume is. I feel like it might be a little bit too loud still. I feel like normally I'd turn it down a little bit more, so I'm actually going to right now, just a little bit. Okay, now I'm done. Let me know if I need to make any more adjustments, but welcome in, friends. Something really funny just happened. So before any of you came in, I was on the starting soon screen working on some of the settings. And by accident, you know, whenever I play lo-fi music for a stream, I have to go into my YouTube and make sure that I mute normal videos so that way whenever I, you know, pull up my stream on the other monitor, it doesn't play any of the ads. And I accidentally forgot this time. So it for half a second played part of an ad and it sounds really silly. But aside from that, today's kind of an experiment stream. I would normally just use the game sounds whenever I would stream Wizard101, but I want to just do an experiment today and see how the vibe is with music playing. And then one last thing I wanted to talk about, watch me say one last thing and then I end up talking about a million other things. I wouldn't be surprised. Before this stream started, I accidentally clicked go live too soon whenever I was on this screen, and I have to do it on the starting soon screen. So I'm panicking trying to get this other stream removed, and it wouldn't let me delete it at first. So I'm sitting here going and saying oh my gosh, what if people can see me? What if they can see me? Because my camera was on, so that was kind of a disaster, but we're okay now. I'm gonna switch over to the other screen. Okay. Yeah, we should be good. So today for Wizard101, I'm going to focus a lot on my novice ice wizard. She literally is not leveled up whatsoever. I got a gifted membership a while ago and I want to use it while I still can. So in my mind, I feel like it makes the most sense right now to do a little bit of work on each of my characters before I lose that membership, just so that way I made some degree of progress and that membership really got utilized. But I was going to tell you, so this morning I set an alarm for 8 a.m. For my 11 a.m. streams, those days where I have to stream that early, I like to wake up at 8 just because it gives me a decent amount of time to wake up, eat, and get ready and everything. But today I overslept by a whole hour, so I was not able to do that. And because of that, I've been rushing a lot more, and thankfully I was able to start on time. I'm very grateful for that. However, you can tell that I didn't get enough time to wake up because the incident with starting on the wrong screen, not being able to figure out how to delete it, like it was a bit of a brief disaster, but we're okay now. YouTube memberships work with Wizard101. No, I was talking about memberships in the game. Like it's a whole different setup. For example, if you don't have membership, or if you don't use the in-game currency to purchase areas permanently, then you can't enter them. And I'm saying that I was gifted a membership in the game recently to be able to visit all the different areas. Also, hey, please let me know how the volume is. I don't want it to be like obnoxiously loud. I'm really curious though to see how today goes. I don't know if the lo-fi will be a good vibe for Wizard101. It's just kind of an experiment at the moment. Not only to see how I like it, but to see how you guys like it. Did it just lag? Did it lag? It might have. While it's still early in the stream, like we're not even 10 minutes in, I want to mention we do have some rain going on here. This hour specifically, it's supposed to be like the worst part of it, and then it's supposed to be letting up. It may cause some hiccups on stream, which I did realistically anticipate, but I'm hoping it doesn't get super bad. Let me know if you guys feel like it's getting bad. Yeah, I might, but it is what it is. I wanted to at least try streaming anyways, just because if I have the opportunity and I have the time, then like why not at least try? But if you do feel like the lag is genuinely getting that bad or that frequent, please speak up. I don't know if anybody heard it, but for this first song that played on the starting soon screen, it was The Sims music. I think it was specifically the theme from The Sims 3, I think. Since I've done this specific area so many times, and I have also done it on my channel, I'm just kind of speeding through it as much as I can because, again, I just want to make as much progress as possible on a variety of different characters while I still have the membership. I wish Saturn was available. I know that they really like Wiz. I think they said they were gonna stop by late, like for the second half of the stream. That's if I don't end up having to end. I did that with my hand because I've got a mug full of hot coffee on my desk right now, and I almost just knocked it over. It's still really hot, so that would have burned me. Oh, and tomorrow I will be playing Animal Crossing on stream. That's my plan. Pretty sure that stream's gonna end up being like an island planning stream. Whether or not I fully go through with that one theme idea, I still want to plan out my island because I don't know what else I want to do with it going forward. And I feel like you guys usually have some pretty good ideas, so we could all, you know, have a little group discussion, plan some ideas, work on the island a bit. Let that be fun. Actually, it might be cool enough now. Let me see. Could you imagine if we could play Animal Crossing on the computer the same way that we can play Wiz? That would be cool. I feel like at that point, the Animal Crossing fandom would be literally unstoppable. Because to be able to play it on Switch and on your computer, that would be insane. I know, right? I would love that. I would be thrilled. But at the same time, I feel like realistically, Nintendo would literally never do that. That would be cool, but I don't think Nintendo would allow that. Yeah, I don't think they would either. And I imagine if for some reason they ever agreed to, like, let's say they agreed to have it put on Steam, I guarantee you they would ask for a very hefty cut of the profits and let Steam probably barely have any. I don't mean that in a way where I'm like, oh, Nintendo's so mean and horrible. Like, I don't mean it like that. I'm not trying to sound like I'm insulting them. I just know that they're very particular about their games. But, like, that's valid. Like, it's their company. They can be particular about it if they want to. I want them to add a multi-island or whatever the new theme is, like Stardew. I think ultimately, with Animal Crossing, the best way that Nintendo could go about making sure that it's a good quality game and a lot of their people enjoy it is literally just by directly looking through what the players themselves have to say. And not to, like, go on a little rant low-key, but I feel like I see it all too often with game companies where, I mean, it's not all of them, of course, but an alarming amount of them don't seem to care very much about what their people have to say or their feelings or anything. And it's just like, with all due respect, your players are the reason that your game has gotten as much attention as it has. You should really be considering what they have to say. Like, we're not just a paycheck to these people. We're human beings, and if you take the time to value our opinions, you could really improve your game. Definitely me ranting, but let me know if you agree. I wish they added more content to the game. For me, I still wish that instead of releasing everything all at once for the 2.0 update, I wish that they would have chunked it up a lot more and, like, spread it all out. Because I just feel like it was honestly kind of overwhelming how much was happening at once, and I felt like I really couldn't take the time to appreciate every little thing in it because it was just all at once. Like, I feel like they were like, here's all this stuff, leave us alone and stop asking for things. But I would have been so content with that same update just being, like, chopped up a lot more and spread out over time. That, I feel like, also would have really helped out with the longevity of the game. Oh, I want to do a poll actually while we're still pretty decently early in the stream regarding the lo-fi idea. All right, poll should pop up in just a second. Just whenever you get the chance to, I would really appreciate if you guys could cast your votes. I'm just trying to gauge opinions today to see what people think about the lo-fi for our Wizard101 stream. That poll will also probably stay there at least for the majority of the stream. We'll see. Also, it's okay to say that you don't like it, by the way, if you don't like it. I will not be offended. I just want to know everybody's honest opinions. Hello, Angel. Welcome in. We were actually just discussing Animal Crossing during the Wizard101 stream. Angel, I feel like you'd like Wizard101. I don't know. I could see you enjoying it. Speaking of weather, it's a really nice day today. We've been getting a lot of rain. And it's been coming in bursts too. Like, it doesn't always last all day. I mean, it has lasted all day a couple of times recently before, but I feel like for the most part, it's been coming in bursts and just like stops and starts. Oh, I thought for some reason it said to keep going, but I have to open the bone cages. That's fine. These things are super easy to defeat, so it's whatever. In fact, I'm curious. I'm gonna check the weather now because you're talking about the weather too. Let me see. Has it changed since earlier? Okay, so originally, not all of you knew this, so I was discussing this in mod chat, but basically what I was telling my moderators to update them about the weather was that originally it said nothing really was gonna happen at 11 a.m. and then it jumped to 30% chance of rain, and then to 70, and then to 100. And it's still kind of raining now, keeping in mind that at 12 o'clock, it said, regardless of what 11 a.m. said, it said that there was gonna be nothing at 12, and now we have an 85% chance of rain at 12. So, that's annoying. I do love storms and rain, don't get me wrong, but sometimes the timing is not convenient. Like, if it coincides with the stream, that's very annoying to me, but otherwise, I love them. Hello, Cody, welcome in. At some point, I want to try a pet making stream too for Wizard101, but I need to like work on making sure that I understand everything as best as possible first, just because I don't want to embarrass myself. How's everyone's morning, by the way? I mean, I don't know if it's like morning for you guys exactly anymore, but it's still late morning here. I almost forgot about the amount that they gave you at first. My morning has been pretty chill, kind of boring. It's 9 a.m. It's 11:24 a.m. here. It's pretty chill. Mine would have been chill and a lot more relaxed if my alarm went off when it was supposed to. I don't want to be negative though, because I am very appreciative of the fact that I was able to still get ready on time. And that the rain isn't so bad that it'll fully disconnect the stream, because that definitely won't happen. But what it will do is cause possible lag. After the stream, I've got to go and get some lunch, and then after that, I have no idea what it's going to be, because I have been struggling a lot with creative inspiration for videos, but for the millionth time, I'm going to see if I can come up with anything, because I have not been posting as many of them as I would like, and I really miss posting. Hello, Alan, welcome in. So just to catch you up to speed really quick, I'm working on my Novice Ice character just because I have a 1-month gifted membership right now, and I want to use it while I can, so that also means I need to work on all of my lower level characters, so that way I just use the membership as much as I can. How are you, by the way? I'm excited for tonight, Lexi, because I'm doing game night with my brother. How fun! What games are you guys gonna play? Why aren't you playing the Wizard101 background music? I am doing an experiment today because I want to see how well, or not how well, how much I like or end up disliking it by the time we're done. And I also want to see what my audience thinks to see if people like it or if they don't like it. Which is totally fine, by the way, if any of y'all don't like it. I'm not gonna be offended or something. I just want to get everybody's honest opinions. Hello, Osher, welcome in. Hi, I'm here, but I'll be lurking. I am really jet lagged. Hello, Saturn, welcome in. No worries. It's Terraria. I haven't played Terraria in a while, but yeah, there are a couple of Terraria songs in the playlist. But yeah, y'all are good. I promise if anybody doesn't like it, no hurt feelings. I'd rather you be honest. But when you do get the chance, there's a poll so you can cast your vote. Saturn, I was just saying that the reason I chose to get on my beginner ice wizard is because while I have the membership that you gave me, I feel like I need to use it as much as possible by playing on all of my other low-level characters as well. I prefer the Wiz music, but I don't mind lo-fi at all. That's okay. Again, no hurt feelings. I'd rather you be honest. I haven't played Terraria in a while either. Before Fortnite, Terraria was considered Minecraft's competitor. I only played Terraria, I feel like, a handful of times, but it was fun. I didn't always understand it, but it was fun. Honestly, I don't want to turn off the poll that's at the top yet. But I mean, I could easily go and turn off the lo-fi if you want me to. Like, I literally could. It would be really easy. Do you want me to? Like, if enough of you want me to, I will. Just tell me yes or no in the chat. If there's enough yeses, I'll do it. It was just something that I hadn't tried before, so I wanted to see how my audience felt about it. You'll play Animal Crossing and I'm playing, is it Dagon Ball? I don't know how you say that or what that is, but I hope you have fun. Hello, Nick, welcome in. You can't join the stream today, I'm sorry. Well, if you want to, you could always watch the stream back whenever it's done. Thank you for the hydration reminder. I haven't hydrated on the stream yet. I've just been drinking coffee. Which does the opposite. It dehydrates you. I'm finishing up a Coke. I have after. Oh, you meant you finished up a Coke and you also have a water with you. Okay. Harold Argleston, my king. We stan. We really do. So I will take that since there was only one no. I'll take that as you guys want me to leave the music on. Because I absolutely can go and turn it off if you want me to and put the Wiz music on. In fact, to make it easier, I'll just end the other one. I'll leave it up there for at least a couple of minutes. I've seen the beginning so many times where it's just like, I can't be bothered to read any of that. And I'll bring pizza for game night, as well as some Coke and Gatorade. What kind of pizza toppings do you like? In fact, what pizza toppings does everyone like? I feel like it's a very common question, but I don't care. I'm gonna ask anyways. Welcome in. Bella's not allowing me to relax right now. Cats are like that. Have you ever had a cat like sit directly on your throat? Why do I keep walking right past Mr. Lincoln? Can I not? Everything vegetarian, pepperoni, and bacon. That's so funny to me that those two messages are directly back to back. Ending the poll pretty soon, actually. So, oops, I lost where my cursor was. I was like, where'd it go? Love your channel, you rock and you're the best. You're so amazing, Lexi. Thank you. That was so nice of you. Thank you for spreading the good vibes. I appreciate it. This lobby is very full. I'm gonna switch realms. But thank you, Mia. That was really sweet. Let's use Lexi pepperoni as my topping. There's like a couple of different toppings that I like, but I typically have like at least jalapenos. Most of you said yes, so I promise it is all good. I'm glad that I got to experiment for at least a portion of the stream, just because, again, it gave me a chance to see what you guys think. I'm gonna turn the sound back on. There we go. But the game might be kind of too quiet. So let me know if you want me to turn the game sounds up or down, like, I almost said up and up, but up or down or anything. Let me know.
Beware. Beyond these gates, the city's gone mad. We've got undead all over the place.
Hello, Anthony. Welcome in. Chief's making biscuits on my arm like girl, let me zone out in peace.
Now what?
I feel like... I don't know. I can't tell if Luna would like Belle or not, because she tends to dislike other cats in general.
You now have
especially if they're a girl cat. Like, if you would put Luna in a closed room with another girl cat, especially if they were the same age, she's gonna fight the other cat 100%. Hello, Erin. Welcome to the stream. What did I have for lunch or breakfast? I didn't eat breakfast. Oops. My mods are all gonna whack me upside the head for doing that though, but it's fine. When my cat Molly sits with me, she obsessively makes biscuits and licks my face. Luna thankfully doesn't make biscuits on my arm, but she has made them in my hair and on my stomach.
I know. What? You are now commanding your pet, allowing you to get to places and see things wizards can't. Use this ability to enter the next room.
Thank you guys for being nice, by the way, about my idea to, like, experiment with the music. I appreciate it. Also, Alan, if you're still here, I can't remember. Do you have an ice wizard? I'm kind of spacing out and I can't remember. Do you have one? And if you do, what level are they?
Now let's go save all those poor pets.
The death school's kind of become my favorite, but I'm not gonna lie. The ice school feels super nostalgic for me because it was the very first school I ever did. I was comfy and then the dog had to get up and sit, and now she's comfy. It's awkward for me to type. Animals always out here trying to make it harder for us to use electronics when they want to snuggle. Like, Luna also happens to hate phones, and if you try to snuggle her and text at the same time, she's gonna get mad. And first, at least try to nudge your phone out of the way, and then if you won't move it, then she literally just walks away and won't snuggle you anymore. Oh, I walked past her. Oopsies. the dog farted on you? Ew. Animals have no shame with passing gas like that. Like literally, you could be having the most wholesome, sweet, adorable little moment with your pet, and then they just, like just casually. Like why? Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta ruin the good moment?
Speaking of which, your pet has gained enough
I wish I had a
experience,
pet to snuggle with
XP
right now.
With this talent, you can command this talent.
I wish you did too, because that makes me sad to think about. I love snuggling with pets. Okay, I'm gonna leave this screen on here. Actually, no, not that particular screen. I'm gonna close out for a second and look at the pets they gave me. If there's anything in the Wiz that I'm definitely not as well versed in, it's knowing the difference between which pet traits are good and which ones aren't. So, if you do play Wizard101, tell me what you think about what they just gave me. I just got Ice Assistant and Silence. So, for those of you that know more than me and understand it better, please give me your input. Not now, but last night it was very stinky. There's just something about the pet farts that are just so horrible. Like literally, any pet I've ever met, theirs have always been so rancid. Starter pet is okay. You get a free card for pet assist. Definitely going to need to replace though. Do you think it'll be fine for now until I get something else?
Try it now. There's a part of the... Ah, yes. You say this was orchestrated. The whole city's a mess. The guard is completely
The talents and starter pets
overwhelmed.
don't matter because
I
you should
hate
play
to
with a
ask,
trained
but
pet
could
later.
you see if
That was something I
Private
was saying
Queen on
earlier,
fire
was
can
that I
alley
eventually
tell?
want to do a pet making stream, but I want to like make sure that I understand it more solidly and confidently before I do that, because I feel like I'm gonna really embarrass myself if I don't. I normally don't do Fire Cat Alley first, but I just feel like it, so I'm gonna go with here first. That is a starter pet. Hello, Walter. Welcome in. Yeah, it definitely is. I just feel like, again,
It's a teleporter.
I'm not very
If you
well
use it,
versed
it'll
in
transport you to other teleporters on the
making
street.
stuff.
You
I
can
just remembered
keep
actually,
them
Walter,
going
seeing your
quickly.
message in chat. I feel like this was you commenting about my blade spell. That was for my Death Wizard, but that was a good reminder because I need to make sure that I do it for this character too.
Halt! Oh, you're that unicorn way hero wizard, aren't you? What?
Hello, the Brony Gamer.
Sergeant
Welcome
Muldoon
in.
sent you.
I can try to explain it to you
I
in
need all
DMs
the help
after
I can
stream.
get.
Mona explained it for me in, I think it was just the Wiz channel on Ashland's server.
This street is
but
ablaze.
I
The fire
reiterate, I
alarms
still
have
want to
gone.
make
I
sure that I have
can't
a really
hold all
like
these roving mobs of
solid
mayhem at
understanding
bay
before I do
alone.
that.
Please, wizard, can you drive the haunted minions back?
Long time to see. Have you been? Been good. How have you been? I don't know why I do this, but do y'all ever like have to go and do like one of the defeat whatever quests, and then you like walk straight past them and you're like, wait a second, because I always do that. I've always done that. I think in terms of like the hatching process, that it was mainly what she explained. But I feel like the biggest thing that I don't comprehend is being able to tell which stats are considered good and which ones aren't. Like, I genuinely don't get that. What? Okay, sorry that I keep doing this, but there's like a tiny little hair on my face. Okay, I found it. It was stuck to me and it kept tickling me. I've been good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. I hope everybody is. Out of curiosity, if you've played Wizard101 before, what was the very first school you ever did? And is it still one that you really like now? Because Ice for me was my first, and I still like it, but it's not my favorite anymore.
But we're not going back.
It's definitely up on the list, though, just purely because of the amount of nostalgia.
The undead have promised not to venge. It all started.
The Death Scroll. The Death Scroll, I feel like, is what I play on the most. I haven't played one of the silver chests in a while. I remember this? Okay, just making sure that I understand. Okay. It's been a while since I've played. Here we go. I feel like I barely got that in time. Hey, you're good. Hello, Naru. Welcome in. Balance is my favorite now. I've tried to balance so many times, and I just feel like I can't stick with it very well. But I have tried. My main is a death, but I really enjoy questing my fire. I always liked that the most as a kid, but when I started playing again, I got really attached to Myth. I really like my Myth character's name, but I haven't been playing on her very much. Yeah, you gotta connect to the lock. It's just been a while since I've played it, so I was very focused.
This is no place for a newbie like you.
If this is slept on, it can hit so hard. I feel like I just need to give it more of a try. Could you imagine for the remainder of 2024 if Wizard101 blew up a lot more and then like it would just like, do you remember, you know how whenever like a game comes out that it's really exciting or if something like gains a lot of traction again, like it becomes a real big trend in the gaming section of YouTube? Wouldn't that be really cool if that happened with Wiz and it just suddenly like gained a bunch more popularity? I'd be excited. I don't know what that means, but welcome in. Did you see the opening ceremonies for the Olympics last night? I did not. I was helping to mod a stream after my own stream and also eating dinner. I didn't watch it, but I was happy to see that heavy metal was featured. I feel like I associate you so heavily with Chapel Roan, metal music, cats, and Stardew Valley, and I just feel like that is like the best vibe.
Burnt out ends of smoky days, the stale cold smell of morning, fire for fiddle.
The Lizzo fire spitter thing will never cease to be funny to me. That is my vibe. It really is, but in the best way, because you're an icon.
I have no idea what's causing my little friends to go cuckoo bananas.
I saw a little bit of the opening ceremony.
or
Only
have
countries I
helped
recall
them,
are
but
Lithuania,
I might know
Cyprus,
of
and Finland.
someone who
I love metal, but I also love Chapel. Imagine if Chapel did
There's a rumor
like an
of
you know what an EP is, right? Like it's like
the wizard in me.
it's kind of like an album, but with less songs on it. Imagine if she had like
go
a
ask
metal music
Shellis
EP or
if he
something.
knows where the witch
Low-key, I'd love
lives.
that. We had a huge mockery of Christianity last night, though, but the heavy metal part was insane. I didn't see that, so I can't speak on it. But all I can really say is let's not mock things like that, because that's not very polite. At least, like, especially like on live television, like that's not, if that really happened, that's not very appropriate behavior. Actually, Walter or Saturn, wait, is Osher still here? I think you are. Anyways, out of the three of you, does anybody happen to know in terms of the amount of quests for Firecat Alley, Triton Avenue, and Cyclops Lane, which one has the least quests and which one has the most? Asking because I don't know how many exactly, but whenever I go through and I work on my earlier characters, I want to do them in the order of which ones will be the fastest, just so that way I can get them out of the way and get progress made on those other characters too. Hello Crowley, welcome in! I think Cyclops is short. Honestly, I think they're all pretty similar. Triton Avenue feels long for me. Triton Avenue has always felt long for me too, I get that. I don't know why it feels so long. Yeah, you guys think they're all pretty similar. I think they're meant to be similar, not the same. I don't know what it is about it, but Triton Avenue always did feel really long to me. Cyclops always felt like it was the longest for me. Firecat Alley always felt the shortest, not by a lot, but it always felt somewhat short to me. Especially if you're just focusing on the mainline quests. You guys want to hear a story about the game from whenever I was a kid? Whenever I would play with my cousin and we would quest together, you know how if you stay on the sidewalks, they won't pull you in, right? Like you just stay out of their way. Well, with that in mind, sometimes you do what you gotta do and you still gotta cross over to the other side, right? You just gotta be really careful with your timing. Well, I would always do that, but I was so paranoid I'd get pulled anyways. So I would cross the street in Wizard101 and out loud to my cousin on FaceTime, I would just go, please don't kill me, please and thank you, to the game, just in hopes that they would somehow get the vibe and not pull me. And then it would happen anyways, I'd be really mad. I think whatever bores you the most is gonna feel the longest. You have a point. But at least I was a polite child. I said please. I'm not happy with you, sir. Is it because Crowley hasn't liked the stream? I bet Crowley hasn't liked the stream. Have you?
Fire for fiddle.
That smile on the fire elves is a jump scare every time. I hate it so much. I don't like how they laugh at me either. It's weird. Wait, are you instructing Crowley to go to bed at 4 a.m. or are you calling out on going to bed at 4 a.m.?
My strongbox! Thank you. Now about your question. I can't say for... She keeps her windows drawn, and there's often strange smoke billowing from her chimney. That's the best.
How are you? Me or somebody else
Hope
in the
it helps.
chat? That was an accident. I don't want to flee though because I don't feel like walking all the way back. I'm assuming the Wiz music is at a good volume because I don't think I've seen anybody say that it's obnoxiously loud or anything. I need to finish Wallaroo on my life. It's been ages. At some point, honestly, at some point on at least like 1 or 2 of my wizards, I low-key want to see if I can find somebody in the Wiz community who carry me, essentially, in-game. Because I do not currently have enough spare time to really max out any characters at the moment. I've been okay. I still haven't finished Lemuria. I'm trying to remember. There was something that I saw that was talking about Lemuria, and it wasn't even Wiz. It was just something that had that word in it, but I can't remember what it was. And now it's going to irritate me until I can remember. I think I have 3 wizards who still have to do Azteca, and I am not prepared for that. I feel like most people that I've spoken to seem to not like Azteca. Like, I feel like it seems a lot more rare for me to come across somebody that genuinely likes it.
What? How dare you interrupt an old woman?
We're not a mana,
from
you're
her
not casting
stories.
anything. I know.
Did Ambrose... What?
I'm getting low on it, but I still have some.
Take this special vial and collect a sample of magma from those magma men you mentioned for me to analyze. We'll go from there.
You go from there. What she sounds like. I don't like Azteca as much as the next guy, but I have a much deeper hatred for Zafaria. I don't know if this is going to be considered an unpopular opinion or not, and I don't know why I like it so much, but I really like Marleybone. I feel like a lot more people hate Azteca compared to Marleybone, but I've also seen my fair share of Marleybone haters. I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but I do. Reminds me of that one professor from Harry Potter. I couldn't tell you which one it was because I know next to nothing about Harry Potter. Like, I think I've seen maybe 2 of the movies, but that's it. And I've also never read any of the books. How many How many Harry Potter movies are there anyways? If anyone hits on Polaris, it's on sight. Joke. I love Polaris though. That's how I feel.
I miss talking to you and seeing you at streams. I hope you've been extraordinarily content and satisfied with life, Lexi.
Thank you. I didn't want to interrupt, that's why I didn't say anything right away, but thank you for the donation, and thank you for popping in. Thank you for saying hello, and thank you for being so sweet. I appreciate it. I missed you too. Might have been McGonagall or whatever her name was. I feel like maybe I know who you're talking about, but I'm not very confident in that. I've really only seen the first and second. I think that was what I saw too, because I remember the main actors, like for Ron, Hermione, and Harry Potter, like they were all fairly young in the ones that I saw. 8 movies, 7 books, including the newer ones. Yeah, isn't there some kind of reboot or something that's happening with Harry Potter? I don't know. I'm not really well versed in anything related to that, so I wouldn't be the person to ask. I know like basic character names, and then I know that Bellatrix Lestrange is a character, but I don't know much about what she says or does. Like my fave. I've seen all the movies and read all the books, but I don't remember anything about them. Me. That's like me in general with a lot of things. Not to go on a super different subject conversation, but like that kind of gave me a really good way to word this. That's how I feel with video games, especially Wizard101 in particular, like of all games. Like I've played it for a really long time, and I promise I promise I'm not just like playing without trying to really learn anything. Like I am trying so hard to learn with the game, and I always have. I just, for a lot of different personal reasons, have a really difficult time retaining information. So it's just like, I'm not stupid, but I just can't remember things very well. I promise I've played for longer than it looks like I have. And I feel like part of me always feels the need to say that because I feel like whenever you've played the game for as long as I have, like you'd remember things, but I don't. And I always feel like I'm self-aware of that because of how well everybody else seems to remember things. It's kind of embarrassing. But moving on. Thank you for wording that though, because that gave me a way to articulate what I was trying to say. It does really suck though, because it makes me feel dumb sometimes not being able to remember game details. Can't play stream on my phone due to technical issues. I'm sorry. Maybe you could watch it back at a different time, maybe on a different platform, or maybe does the YouTube app need to update or anything, or like what's going on? Either way, I'm so sorry. I have bad memory, me too. For a lot of reasons, most of which we will not get into right now, or ever probably. My favorite game is Persona 5, but if someone asked me to tell them the plot, I would not be able to. See, you get me. You understand. That's me, but with this game. You know what I almost streamed today? I actually was very close to it. I was like that close to streaming Dress to Impress on Roblox, but I didn't. Oh, a little update by the way about my channel. You know what I'm very salty about at the moment? It's supposed to be something that's not copyright claimed, but every single time that I stream Undertale now, whether I were to use the game's sounds or if I used some Undertale lo-fi, whatever it was that I did, it keeps getting copyright claimed, and so I can't make as much money off of those streams. And it's getting really irritating because I love the Undertale streams, but I just keep getting copyright claimed. That's me explaining those things. I am so grateful that you guys understand exactly what I mean whenever I was just saying that, because I don't know what else I would have done, because like it's just such a hard thing for me to articulate, especially because I don't know how to go about explaining it without accidentally revealing too much personal information. So, very grateful that you guys understand. Oh, in a second, I actually want to go back to the lobby just really, really fast. I want to show you guys my characters. Keep in mind, a lot of them are novices because it's a newer account that I don't always get to play on. So don't call me out for that. But I want to know, which character name do you like the most? I'm curious. So we have Ophelia Bluethorn, my Ice Wizard. We have Holly Dragonheart, my Myth. Melody Opal Garden, my Life. Luna Bloom, my Death. Piper Crow, my Fire. And then Skylar Venom, my Storm Wizard. I'm curious. Whenever I like something and someone asks me about that thing, my knowledge about it it just goes entirely out the window. Same. Immediately same. I completely understand. I love the name Ophelia so much. Piper Crow, my favorite, totally not biased. I do really like Piper Crow though. Piper Crow is also best friends with Saturn's wizard, Lucy Fairyborn. They're besties. Though said besties haven't quested together in a while, but we should. Saturn and I have just been like busy at different times, so it hasn't worked out yet. But eventually, we will pick back up our Fire and Life playthrough. Eventually. I'm sure at least a good portion of you here had Vine and have seen like a lot of like the OG iconic Vines, right? My brain just had one of those moments again where it just randomly remembers something. And I just randomly remembered the Vine of that. It was like filmed inside of a bus and like the doors had clearly just closed. And this old woman goes up to the door. She goes up to the outside of the bus door and just pretend there's a door right here, right? She goes like this. Like the whole time. And that's everything that happens in the Vine. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it's gonna be really embarrassing. Sounds like a fair compromise to me. We miss each other equally. The road work ahead, yeah, I sure hope it does. Has been on repeat in my head recently. Apparently with the younger generation, like Gen Alpha, since they haven't seen a lot of those Vines, whenever you make a reference like that around them, a lot of the times they don't seem to know. And it makes me feel old every time, even though I'm not old. Like, it humbles me in regards to the fact that I'm an adult now every time that kind of thing happens. Because I'll make references like that thinking nothing of it, assuming that everyone around me is gonna know what it's from. And then whenever somebody younger than me doesn't, I'm like, oh, thanks for the reminder that I'm 23 now. Bring the beat in. Anything for you, Beyonce. I remember that. Wait, Shiver, you just unearthed some like ancient memories from the community by saying that? I'm stuck behind a bush, hold on. But there's this screenshot where I swear you, Libra, and I, whenever Libra was a mod, we were all talking about that exact Vine. I think in general chat, like I think there should be an old screenshot pinned in mod chat still. I feel like it should be there. We're all getting old, I know. It is just like, I know I'm not technically old, but whenever I say like I feel old, that basically is my way of saying whatever it was I just explained to you was very humbling and reminded me of the fact that I'm getting older and I'm not a teenager anymore. For another example of that, literally every time I remember the fact that next month will mark a decade of knowing Ben, I feel like I grow an extra gray hair every time I think about it. Why they're so iconic? What are some of the Vines that y'all remember the most? So I love the one with the lady at the bus, like I said. I like the stop sign one. I really like the one of the two guys that are hanging out, and one of them just chucks this frisbee really far in the air, and his friend is like, "What the fuck, Richard?" I love that one. I'm still a teenager and I feel old. Like when people remind me that Pokemon X and Y came out 10 years ago, stop. I loved Pokemon Y.
You wretched living creatures' opinions will
Thank you for humbling me about my age, I guess.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub. 5 feet apart because they're not gay. What's in the box? Hello, Elijah. Welcome in. Was that one a Vine too? Because I feel like that one I legitimately may not have seen. But like most of the iconic ones I have seen. I love G6 as well. Yeah, I can't read that. Oh, is it something like not chat appropriate? Well, thank you for being aware of that then. Yeah, for the most part, I've seen a lot of the really iconic ones. Is anybody here familiar with the person that was really popular on Vine called Twames? Let me know. I never even had Vine really, but it was so pervasive in the culture. There's so many good compilations on YouTube. Like I love watching any of those videos that say things like, vines that really butter my biscuits. Like things like that. Those are some of the best videos. Dear diary, today I don't have my diary, so I'm writing on my Kung Fu Panda 2 DVDs. I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but I feel like I vaguely remember this one vine that was like, hello, my name's Trey, got a basketball game tomorrow. Something like about the basketball game tomorrow. I also remember one that was like, I'm going to Disney World. If you want to come on down, come on down. Have you ever YouTube videos how animals eat their food? I remember that one. I remember that one so vividly. And the Badger song. I don't know if this will be a universal experience, but there was this one song, it was like obviously like a joke. It was like a little song that somebody had created about their cat that was like low-key having a tendency to bite a lot, and it was something about like, I think it was called like Mean Kitty. Like I think the song literally just called Mean Kitty. It was iconic. BRB, you're good. It's a really strange thing I like to do, but I like watching videos of turtles or sloths or other animals eating fruit. It warms my heart. I love the videos of people's dogs biting pieces of watermelon. Because like, number one, it sounds really cool, and number two, it's just so cute. Anyways, what I was gonna say about Twames is he started out on Vine, and then like Vine inevitably, unfortunately, at some point was taken down, and then he kind of moved on to YouTube. He's on TikTok as well, and I think does occasional YouTube streams for funsies. But basically, when I was like 14, I remember it was for the holidays, and I asked my mom if for the holidays, as my present, if I could have a ticket to go to his little event that he was having in our city. So I went there. It was just like, honestly, more of like a comedy type thing that he did to interact with and meet his audience. I got like a VIP thing to go and meet him in like a separate room. That was great. And like, as you typically would for some kind of meet and greet, like they'll offer to sign things for you. So I said very specifically and straightforward, I was like, can you please sign my phone case? Emphasis on case. And this man literally, I'm gonna go on the just chatting screen again so I can show you. Right? So I hand him my phone after explicitly saying to please sign the case. He takes the case off and just signs the case. No, not the case. Takes the case off, excuse me, signs the phone, and then puts the case back on. I said it wrong at first, but you know what I meant. Signed the phone instead of the case, like I said. And I was like, okay, you just got Sharpie all over my phone, but all right. I was really upset after that. I was really mad. Whenever I see videos of dogs or cats doing silly things, I legally am required to watch the entire thing. I love animals so much, of the many reasons I'm a bio major. But yeah, that made me really mad. I still had a good time, don't worry. Like, he's a super chill person still. Like, it wasn't out of meanness. I think he just still didn't hear me somehow or didn't understand. And it's whatever, like, it's literally been almost 10 years since that happened, but I will never forget. Additionally, in one of his streams that he did, if you put a specific hashtag that he had made at the time on your tweet, you could say something and he was combing through that hashtag to find people's tweets to look at them, answer them, and interact with everybody. And I put mine as like reminding him of what happened, and apparently not only did he have zero recollection of doing that, but he was apparently really embarrassed and had like apologized profusely. He was like, I don't remember that, but I am so sorry. And honestly, it's fine. Like, I laugh about it now, but it was irritating at the time. I remember painting my phone with nail polish. This was pre-iPhone. If you guys have ever had a solid white iPhone, this is very specific, but one of my older phones was an older model of an iPhone. It was white, and the back, like, once it cracked, everybody would always get highlighters and color the cracks so that way it would be like neon or something. But if that was y'all, and you went to this meet and greet all excited, and you told the influencer, whatever word you want to use, if you told the influencer, hey, could you please sign my phone case? And they take your case off and sign your phone. Would you or would you not be mad at them? Also, I'm like low-key partly distracted since I'm telling stories and stuff, and that's why I keep dying. But it's fine. I currently have a white iPhone. Have you ever colored the cracks on it? If it's cracked, that is. I know I have like no money in the game, but it's fine. Matches how I feel IRL, but we won't talk about that. My iPhone is purple. I have a light blue one. I'm so happy my phone isn't cracked. My screen protector is very scratched though. I don't have an iPhone, but my phone is black. I only use Android now. I have gotten so used to Apple products. I'm not like against Android products whatsoever, by the way, just to like make that very clear. I'm just so used to Apple products, and I feel like I'm at a point where I just can't be bothered to relearn how to use other smartphones. Because like they're set up differently. And it throws me off if like I borrow somebody else's phone. So I don't hate them or anything, I'm just not used to them. Barry would have been the move, yeah. I'm just not fully paying attention because I'm telling stories, but also like trying to read the chat as much as I can. But it's okay. We're not here to be perfect. I'd be so shocked if someone just signed my actual phone. I literally was shocked. If this was me at first, I was like I just kind of stared for a second. I was like, okay. Because he did it real fast and I had no time to stop him. Like by the time I would have gotten the words out, it would have been too late. So I made the best of it by taking a bunch of clear packing tape and wrapping it around that part of my phone so that way the signature was protected. And then inevitably, whenever I had to get a phone upgrade, I had to trade in that phone, so I lost the signature. And I was not happy. I remember having a phone called the part of the little heart button thing is covering that, so I can't see. So I don't want to kind of miss texting with the numbers. Sometimes I kind of miss the lack of internet, like with older phones, you know? With obviously with smartphones, it's so easily accessible. I don't even think I have those pictures with Flames anymore because we took a bunch of pictures together, but I think I lost them in the process of like different phones I've had, so rip. I miss texting on a flip phone or a phone with a keyboard. Sometimes I do too. In fact, my first phone, at least that I can remember of, was a pink flip phone. The only thing I could do on it was make texts and calls to family, and that was it. So, I mean, I'm not a parent myself, so my opinion isn't as relevant with it, but I still feel like I was too young when I got my first one. I was literally like 6. And just, hypothetically speaking, of course, if you guys had a 6-year-old child, would you let them have a phone? Because I wouldn't let mine have a phone. I was also too young. I just feel like you should definitely, when you're a child, like know your parents' phone numbers or other important family members that are in your life. But like, that's it. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to own your own cell phone at that age. No, especially not today. Same. Remember when I wasn't allowed to text because it cost money for text? I remember that too. I would not let my kid have a phone that young. I didn't get my first phone until 14. I feel like, I mean, maybe I might change my mind in the future. I don't know. But should having children be in my future, which I hope that it is, I would love to, I don't intend on getting them a cell phone until they become a teenager. I still have a lot of important numbers memorized, me too. And they made me memorize at least my mom's phone number, my dad's phone number, and then I had a really hard time memorizing my grandma's, but they tried to get me memorize that one too. The bare minimum was they needed to make sure that I at least knew both of my parents. Well, knew both of my parents' numbers. Of course I knew my parents. That was worded a little funny at first. By the way, y'all haven't seen any more lag, right? Because I know it was kind of lagging at first due to the rain, but I think the rain has kind of chilled out for the most part. At least I think it has, because I don't hear it anymore. Let's see when I should cross over. I haven't noticed any lag. Okay, let me know if you do, though. I think I was 12 or so when I got a phone. I remember getting it because we had bought a phone on the plan for my grandmother, but she had already gotten a phone, so I got it. We did kind of a similar thing. I mean, actually, no, it's not similar. I thought, like, I was like, oh, like, I'll relate with this story. Then I was like, actually, never mind. That doesn't relate at all. So never mind. Ignore me. Is anybody here familiar with movies like Cadet Kelly or Lizzie McGuire? Why am I going right past Greta Dark-Kettle? You see, this is what I get for getting so invested in explaining things and telling stories. I go right past where I need to go. Embarrassing. Anyways, moving on. We're gonna pretend that I didn't do that. Y'all saw nothing. It'll make me feel old talking about sliding flip phones and paying for each text. I remember that stuff vividly. I don't remember it super vividly because I was a literal child, but I remember it enough.
Malice.
And that's what I was told with the pink flip phone was, be careful to not use it too often and really only use it if I needed to call or text family about something important.
Equipment. Here's a list of items to borrow from Gloria Crendon.
So remember that phone? It was a basic flip phone that had this light on the front that light up in different colors when the phone rang. I don't remember too much about the pink flip phone aside from it being pink. And then, Then the other phone that I had pretty early on was like whenever I feel like smartphones were becoming slightly more common where there was like a little touch screen situation. I don't remember what kind of phone it was called, what you call it, but it had buttons still, but it like had like a tiny little screen that you could technically use too. I want to play Dress to Impress. Now, I almost streamed it today. I was very close. Also, hey, early. I know, like, for the most part now for this stream, I've had just the Wiz music. I don't think I'm gonna do the lo-fi again for Wiz. It was like a 30-minute experiment. But I feel like a lot of you that are in the chat right now are people that I've seen before. And a lot of you seem to not necessarily mind it, but you seem to like the Wiz music more. So I will not do that anymore. Which is not a complaint, by the way, just so that nobody thinks I'm complaining, because I'm not.
Hello,
that was the whole
wizard.
purpose of experimenting, was to see if you guys wanted it or not.
Ah, you must be the new student I've heard. Finally, I'll need good leather. The belts the
You won't need the good leather because I'm not doing that side
You
quest.
can get some in Cyclops Alley. Go forth, young wizard.
I basically only play free play on it though. I don't really care for the regular mode. My only thing on there is I feel like because I don't play it too often, I forget very easily what the controls are. Like last night I was playing with Ash for the portions of her stream where she played Dress to Impress, and I could not figure out how to take things off. I just sat there panicking, and then I wouldn't finish most of the time because I couldn't figure out how to get stuff off. Just to Impress and Royale High are like the only two Roblox games that I really play. I wish that I had gotten into Royale High. I really tried to, but I just did not understand what was going on. So I gave up pretty quickly. Is it still popular? Because I feel like for a while, Royale High was like a really big game. And so was Adopt Me. And now it seems like Dress to Impress has like completely taken over. My friend always calls me a... Wait, hold on. The heart's covering it. I can't see the second part, that little part of your message. A real hide, I think that's funny. I can't see the full thing, I'm sorry. The little heart symbol in the corner keeps covering things. Also, wait, that worries me. There's a tab in the settings on YouTube where you can turn off the live reactions. That's what that heart thing is. But it's also where you can check off or check on the live chat replay. And I forgot to check that, so now I'm really worried that I'm not gonna have live chat replay, and I would like to go check. So I'm gonna be as fast as I possibly can. I'm just paranoid because if I don't have live chat replay on, I'm gonna be really sad. I'll go as fast as I can, though, I promise. Okay, we're good. While I'm on here, I am gonna go ahead and turn off the live reactions just because they keep blocking your messages and that's bothering me. Thankfully, though, live chat replay is on, so we're good. It just worried me.
There we are. Now bring me the potion and let me check your...
The part that was blocked was sweat/pro. Gotcha. Well, it shouldn't be hidden anymore because I moved the reaction thing. I mean, y'all might still see it, but if you refresh, it won't be there anymore.
Wow. A+ work here. The cure...
Remember the peak of Royal High? You see what I mean, though? I feel like Royal High and Adopt Me were like the big, like, it games on Roblox for a long time. And now Dress to Impress has completely stolen the spotlight. It's fun, though. I get why it's popular. I'm so really hyper-fixated on Royal High. I feel like I would have been more into it had I understood it, but I just did not understand anything that was going on. By the way, please be sure to like the live stream if you have not already. Liking the stream is completely free, and it's a really easy way to support me. What? I appreciate y'all being here.
Fire for Friddle Wizard City must burn! Fire for Friddle!
You know what I just realized? I know that this is Alakane Swift Arrow, but he's got like roughly, I feel like, the same design as all the fire elves. Look at how he's doing his little dancey dance, right? That literally looks like he's doing the potty dance, like he has to pee. Royal High definitely isn't new player friendly, which sucks. I wish that it was though, because I really wanted to be into it, because I saw how much everybody else liked it, and then I was just like, I don't get it, so I give up. Bloxburg I do like though. That reminds me, Crowley, you're still my dad on Roblox Bloxburg, I think. Why are there so many freaking pixies? Speaking of going pee, I have to go to the bathroom, but I can't yet because I'm in the middle of a battle and I'm not gonna have enough time. Oh yes, I remember that. That was a really chaotic day on this channel. I did a Google search and I found the first cell phone that I had on eBay. Apparently it's a rare Samsung phone. I feel like I Googled mine a while ago and I figured out which kind of phone it was, but now I can't even remember. Actually, I don't remember. Hold on. Hold on. I might be able to figure it out. This is very specific, but I can show it to you because I found it. It's just a basic flip phone. Mine's kind of basic too. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I will try to show you. I could technically download the image, but that's gonna take a while. Can y'all see that? That was mine. It's not a very clear picture, but the brand was Sanyo and it was like a pink phone. I know it was the Sanyo brand, but it was either that exact model that I just showed you Or it was, see, where'd it go? Yeah, I think they had a couple of different Sanyo flip phones, but that was one of them.
If you were defeated in a dungeon, you can
to be fair, I'm not 6 years old anymore. I'm 23. It's been many years since I've seen that phone. So I honestly could be slightly off about which model it is, but whatever, you get the point. You get the gist. Sorry, I forgot to switch over to the other screen. Oopsies. I don't know how long it was like that for. How long was I on the just chatting screen? Was I on there for too long? Because sometimes I won't realize that I did that. I'm gonna literally be mortified. Also, actually, I should have peed while I had the opportunity. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Love that for me. I'm gonna go back to look, because now I'm embarrassed. Actually, I went back and looked. It's not too bad. I think what I'm doing, I want to break that shield first, so I'm just going to use a frost beetle, and then I'll follow that up in a second with the snow serpent, just because I don't want to use this and waste it because of the shield. I wonder if it's even still raining. I can't hear through the headphones. I'm gonna check. Okay, right now I don't think it is. Check the radar too. There's still some rain in the area, but it looks like it's starting to clear up. So bad. Also, hey, I just thought about something. So originally, again, the stream did start out with a bit of like a lo-fi music combined with Wizard101 type stream, but I don't know what the last song is that I put as like just like loop during all the different screens. Whenever I go to the end screen later, I have no idea what song is gonna play. We're just gonna have to be surprised. I forgot that it was stun immune. Dang it. That was a waste. The bathroom so bad. I don't want to get up to go right now though because it's almost done. I don't want to miss my turn. I literally feel like I have nothing right now. You know what I haven't thought about yet? I don't know what school I want to use my training points on, because obviously all the ice ones are going to be free on this character, but I don't know which other ones I should use. Very sore joint-wise today. Don't, no live 2 weeks. I'm so sorry you're going through joint pain again. Joint pain is no fun. I'm not having any right now, but I do get it periodically, and it's not a fun time. I'm really sorry, Alan. Also, earlier, while you were here, I was asking you, I don't know if you heard me, but I can't remember. Alan, do you have an ice wizard? And if so, what level is he? I think you showed me your wizards, but I'm having a hard time remembering which schools you had and which ones you didn't. Usually lasts 2 weeks. Mine isn't necessarily like that. It comes in waves. Like, it's not an every single day thing, but it happens periodically, and it definitely happens multiple times every month. I don't know how else I could word that concisely. Oh yeah, I didn't realize there was an ice shield on there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this then, and hope that a frost beetle shows up, because I want to break that shield. Perfect. Also, where do you usually get your joint pain? Because for me, it's in my individual finger joints, it's in my elbows, sometimes it's in my knees, and it can also be in my shoulders. I have so many wizards I need to quest. Same. Not the fizzle, I know! Not the fizzle on live. I have 2 ice wizards. One is maxed, the other is at 168. I was just curious. I was playing on my ice today and I was wondering, okay, I really have to go to the bathroom. I don't even have time to mute the mic, so just
by the hand of this
give me a second.
I am again stark raving sane. How can I ever repay you?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry for like scurrying off that quickly. I literally just was gonna pee myself if I didn't. My shoulders often hurt a lot. My fire is the only one who actually has finished the storyline. I get pain in my wrists and my shoulders somewhat frequently. Thank you for saying that, because my wrists are part of it too. I didn't think to mention that one.
You say only I can deliver my people from the cure and my voice.
Additionally, for both of you, actually anybody that experiences joint pain like that, you feel like yours gets worse whenever it gets cold outside or when it rains. Same, especially when it's cold. Like winter and fall generally seem to be some of the worst seasons for my joint pain. Close to my wrist on my right hand though. If it's just the one wrist, I feel like it's almost a little bit more concerning, because I feel like it typically points to like a general joint pain related issue when it's both of them, but if it's just one of them, could there be a possible underlying injury? Is what I think.
Well, did you fix this
I have returned.
mess?
Welcome back.
Can I go back
Personally,
to
the
my
cold doesn't really
stories
affect
now?
mine. For me, it tends to make mine worse.
Fine.
Even if it's literally just like if I were to like come hang out with you or something, if it was super cold wherever we were, like even just in the house, literally just the air conditioning being too cold can make my joint pain worse. Especially in my hands. Whenever the AC is too cold, it makes my hands hurt. I don't usually have joint pain. My big toe of my right foot was really sore a while back, but I think it's just because I fell while rock climbing. My right big toe has been messed up for a while because I don't know who all here remembers, but like late last year, I went to go and pull something out of our freezer in the back, and a massive 8-pound rock solid frozen lasagna fell on my foot. And I never found out if it was broken or not because I didn't bother to go to the doctor. I'm aware that I should have, however, I also know that medical bills get expensive fast, and I did not want to deal with that, so I just sucked it up and dealt with my toe pain for a while. But it took several months, but the blood that was like stuck underneath my toenail from it finally fully came out. And just for this to finally happen after months, right? Then I'm going and I'm helping out somebody in a garage with like clearing up their garage and everything. And one of like the head attachments for a power washer was accidentally dropped on that same toe and makes it bleed underneath my toenail again. So
hello again,
now my foot
wizard.
is all
Do the smell of
gross looking
brimstone
again.
and burn- You helped quell an undead insurrection
Like, can I just
and
have
cured a fire
my
hell's
foot not
curse?
be disgusting,
Impressive.
please?
We're not out of the woods yet, but we're making headway.
Oh, I don't need any of that. Why am I doing that? Mine is from medication. I think fluid develops in my joints, causing it to swell. It's like internal abscess over time. I sweat it out. That sounds super uncomfortable. I'm so sorry, Alan. That genuinely sounds really terrible.
Oh, good. Professor.
Yeah, I know. I was so
assistant.
mad whenever it
Hurry,
happened. Not
this
like
way.
mad at the
We can
person
talk
because
safely
it
over
happens. Accidents happen. It's life. But I was mad that my toe looked like that again. Speaking of it, looking back, I think I did actually break my toe. And I just, weirdly enough, had enough of a pain tolerance where I just felt like I could handle it. I walked around on it a lot. Like, I remember it being, especially after, like, the first day, it was, like, black and purple on some parts. Mainly very purple, but there was a little bit of black on it as well. I didn't even mean to get pulled, but whatever. It just hurts like hell. I can't sleep, I can't walk, I can't get out of bed. It's a struggle. That sounds really miserable. I sure hope you're able to relax soon and you get some kind of relief, because that just sounds generally really uncomfortable, and I'm really sorry you're having to go through that. It isn't pain related, but in the spring and summer I always have horrible seasonal allergies. They're so bad. I did too for most of my life, and then I feel like once I became an adult, weirdly enough, it like seemed to kind of stop, and I don't know why. If anybody knows the science behind that, let me know. But I haven't had those kind of seasonal allergies in at least a couple of years.
Much better. Hopefully, my fellow student. We could.
Wizard101 came out in 2008. I literally wasn't even 3 yet. Yeah. I'm gonna see what month Wizard101 came out. I was gonna look up on my computer, but I'm looking up on my phone because I type faster here. But now I want to know. So I know 2008, but what month? I want to know how old I was. Answer will vary depending on the month. Actually, if this would load, that'd be great. Feels like whenever I'm trying to hurry, that's whenever something doesn't want to load. Okay, there we go. And I'm waiting for the Google to load. Okay, September 2nd, 2008. I was 7 years old when it came out. Wow, okay. I was 7 and I'm 23 now. If you looked at 7-year-old me and told me that we would grow up to be a streamer and we streamed this still, I would not believe you whatsoever. You guys want to hear something embarrassing? Whenever I was a kid and I would play Wiz on my laptop in my room by myself, you know how sometimes, especially if you haven't logged in a while, it feels like it takes forever for the game to load before you can actually go and play? Well, it was loading a bunch, and I was convinced that if I sang to my laptop, it would like me more and it would load faster. So I did. I would sit there and sing when it was taking too long to load, and I would do that repeatedly. And sometimes it actually would speed up a little bit, and then I was convinced that I was somehow having these magical powers that I could sing and make technology load faster. Oh, well, I would just tell it to hurry up. Honestly, it's so real. I would do stuff like that too. Thank you for making me feel less embarrassed. Because I did that a lot. I used to have like very specific go-to snacks for Wizard101 too. Some of which being like Takis, apple juice, goldfish, ramen noodles, and random sandwiches. I would like move the mouse into certain ways to like coax it. I love that we all like had some kind of variation of trying to manipulate the game into loading faster. Love that for us. Quick question. Also, by the way, I can't get into it too much. Like by that I mean I just can't get super descriptive or show you anything because I feel like it might get me demonetized. But has anybody here seen the Beekeeper movie? It was an action movie that had a lot of said action, but also a lot of violence. I'm gonna keep it at that because I don't want to describe it super specifically and have you keep it out of me. But just have you seen it or have you not? I've seen it a couple of times and I really liked it. Like, it's quickly climbed the list to be one of my favorite movies. Not the top one, definitely not the top one, but it's made the list of movies that I really genuinely enjoy. You guys ever play like Moshi Monsters? I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, Crowley, but everyone else. I don't think I ever really played it, but I did play a substantial amount of Pet Park. Like, as a kid, I played like all those old Disney websites on their old, like, all their old games on the computer. I played those. I played Animal Crossing, Wizard101, Pet Park, Webkins. And then there was also a digital Littlest Pet Shop game from forever ago that I really liked, so I played that too. And then Roblox. That's just like a general list of games that I like to play. Oh, and Mario Party 2. I played a lot of Mario Party as a child. Oh my god, Pet Park. Speaking of that, Crowley, keep that name in mind. This was like a long time ago on my channel, but for what seemed like months on end, I kept trying so hard to remember the title of that game, and I really couldn't remember it. And it got to a point where I was literally having the entire chat help me figure out the title of this freaking game. Like, there were, I think, a couple of you that were in the chat, kind of partially lurking, that would keep my stream tabbed, but you'd go to Google for me, and then try really hard to figure out what the game was. Y'all were so real for that, by the way. Thank you. But we eventually got it sorted, and I figured out it was Pet Park. Y'all are gonna all roast me to no end for this. I didn't play Club Penguin as a kid. I knew of it and I had seen it. Other people I knew played it, but I wasn't as interested. I was more interested in Webkins and Pet Park, and also that Littlest Pet Shop game. But like, I know what it is, and I've seen it. I just never played it myself. I played a movie star playing it. That's embarrassing for me, honestly. Oh, did y'all play Pop Tropica? I played Pop Tropica too. I keep thinking I'm done with my list of games, and then I remember another one. I was a Neopet and Habbo Hotel player. Neopets was another game I didn't play, but I think Pet Park was made by the same people that made Neopets.
What? The trolls summoned to defeat
Mario Party 3 and 4 are my favorites. Mario Party 2 was always my favorite, just purely out of personal bias, because I have a lot of happy memories from my childhood affiliated with it. But like, in terms of quality gameplay, I'm not sure which one my favorite is, actually.
And then head to Ravenwood.
I love Pop Tropica. I remember Pop Tropica. Wait, Sedef, have you seen anything for it before? Well, actually, no, I could probably answer that because you said, what's Pop Tropica? It was an online game where you'd make these little avatars for yourself, and they looked really silly. And also, a lot of the names were really ridiculous, too. I don't even know how to explain it. It was just a really weird online game that we played as kids. And I think it's still active now. It should be. I'm sorry that I can't explain it very well. I don't know what else to say. Also, Alan, you said, thank God my brother is here to help me because it's a struggle to get out of the bed. It's a struggle to sleep, a struggle to get out of the chair. I can't open water bottles. Right hand is useless. I'm really sorry, Alan. I imagine that's got to be really, 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 really frustrating. I wish there was more I could do to be helpful, but I hope that you feel better soon. A specific episode of it in particular that I remember. Wait, you said the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon on Nickelodeon changed my brain chemistry as a kid. You guys remember that cartoon called Cat Dog, where it was literally just half the body of a cat, half the body of a dog? I did not play Pop Tropka. It came out in 2007. I was too old for it. Fair enough. I keep tapping things that I don't mean to. You guys remember, at least, like, if you're close in age to me, you probably did this. In fact, most of you have probably done this, but I feel like, specifically for my age range, whenever you played a game and you had to make a new account or a new character, and it asked you to put in your birthday, and you obviously wanted to be able to have all the chatting abilities, right? Like all the big kids did. They would deliberately lie about what year you were born on there, so that you could have those privileges of chatting and doing whatever the big kids got to do, right? Well, with that in mind, when I was a kid, the go-to year that people usually did was 1999. And now that I'm an adult, I discovered recently that Gen Alpha, for their years that they put on their accounts, so that way they can get the big kid stuff like I did, they're putting years like 2001 or like 2002, so on. And that made me physically sick for a moment when I realized that, because I was like, you're using my birth year now? Ew. Because I used to love Cat Dog. I love it too, but it was really weird. Thank you. Of course you're welcome. I also really liked Hey Arnold. I haven't seen Hey Arnold in a very long time, but I liked it too. My sister had Littlest Pet Shop toys, and I loved playing with them. I would always make up little words for them to all worlds for them to all live in. They all had their own personalities and go on adventures. Me too. Like my cousin and I, whenever I came over, like she lives hours and hours and hours away, so I couldn't see her that much growing up. Whenever we would play together, we'd always play with Littlest Pet Shop. Oh yeah, it just like was very shocking and humbling for me to hear that they're using my birth year now for their accounts. It makes me feel very old as someone who was born in the 1990s. Is that how you feel knowing that other people used any year in the 90s for their accounts? I'm 89 baby, so I did not play most of your games. I feel like you would have liked Pop Tropka though. It was really silly. I know it's really corny, but you know the saying that time flies by when you're having fun, and also the saying that as you get older, time feels faster and faster and faster? I refuse to believe that as a kid, but when I say that this past year has felt like the fastest of all the years I've felt in my entire life, it really has. Like, I feel like the start of the year just happened, and apparently we're approaching August already. Like,
why do you continue
for those of you that are in school, I am so sorry. You're already about to start school again.
Are revolting, you say?
Rip.
Yes, that is a problem, and it must be dealt with harshly.
Hi, Seta. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Imagine how cool our younger selves would think we are. Literally. Actually, I don't know if younger me would find adult me cringe or cool. I can't tell. I really can't. Just thinking when this game came out makes me feel really old. Same. Most things make me feel really old. I'm about to start college. Why are we all aging? Why? Why?
I will not expel you. I realize Professor Drake takes particular.
I was obsessed with Danny Phantom. My favorite episode back then is still my favorite now. Did you guys watch Ben 10 when you were younger? Because I also really liked Ben 10. I'm just gonna go ahead and get those two over with really quick. Okay. They're not technically marked as mainline quests, but I don't like to leave them there, so I'm just gonna go get it over with really fast. I was born in 1980. Every year feels fast, I swear to God. But then again, I've done so much this year, and honestly, I'm okay with that, and I'm very satisfied. As you should be. When someone asks me how old I am, I just say old. While we're talking about this, remember, friends, that if any of you lurking in chat happen to be a minor, please try to refrain from deliberately sharing how old you are exactly, or something that could hint at your age and or your location, because that's really unsafe. And I promise I'm not trying to sound like I'm strict. I just care about you guys, and I want you to practice internet safety. If you're an adult, though, however, you can if you want to, because I know that you're at an age where you fully know the repercussions of something possibly dangerous.
Why, hell? Intrigued by the fact a good.
We're playing. You can play as your pet until its happiness runs.
Fine.
Replenish
I'm not doing that.
happiness
Bye.
By feeding the pet snacks.
And then what was this one again? Oh, it's just this. Okay. I lived with dinosaurs. Sometimes I feel like a dinosaur.
Why, hello, wizard. Come to learn about training. Over there you have the hatchery, where Dr. Perot can tell
I just realized how ridiculous that sounds. I meant like in regards to whenever I feel humbled about being an adult. But I feel like without context, you literally just hear me say, sometimes I feel like a dinosaur. And like that was literally just that sentence followed by silence. Somebody clip that, please. That was funny. I was so unsafe as a kid. I was not private with my info at all. I feel like I did not need to have a cell phone as early as I did as a child. Or internet access in general.
Anywhere in the spiral, guaranteed.
Hear me out. Hear me out just for a second. But Milo Barker kind of looks like Jack Black if he were a cat, but with a longer mustache.
Welcome to our shop. This Indeed. You'll not find a better selection. The spy.
My back is sore. Oh, I see what you did. That's me whenever I'm having joint pain flare-ups. I mean, your back, like your spine isn't your joint, but you know what I mean. You get the memo. Oh, we've been talking about like childhood stuff and whatnot. Did anybody listen to Perry Grip music when they were a kid? I did. A lot, actually.
As I mentioned.
And part of me almost kind of feels like that really shaped my personality.
Well, there, my. If you've an interest in
I'm just trying to get the pet pavilion stuff over with so I don't have to look at it anymore.
And stroll on back to me when you're sufficiently schooled.
In the pet derby.
Pet derby is something I want to get a lot more into eventually.
Let me explain the basics of the pet derby so that I might enhance.
I was terrified of being considered cringe growing up, but realizing that it literally doesn't matter what people think is very freeing. Oh, thank you for clipping it, Shiver. And yeah, I agree with you, Crowley. Then again, YouTube, while it has a lot of bad stuff in it, has made me the person I am. So many of my passions and values have come from the videos I watched as a kid. I 100% agree.
You can.
I feel like though, like with young children, like there's definitely an age where they should not be online like that whatsoever. But then once they start to become old enough for it, I feel like they could be allowed to have access to it, but with a lot of limitations, because there's still a lot of stuff you have no business going on or doing when you're a kid, you know? I remember walking to school uphill both ways. I took the bus in middle school, and then for elementary school, I think I'd just get like dropped off. But whenever the bus would drop us off after school in middle school, they'd be pretty far away from the house, so I would like walk the rest of the way. Whatever. I agree. A lot of things I like or have an interest in nowadays are things I used to like when I was a kid, and not worrying about being seen as cringe is honestly one of the best feelings for me. For me, like, to kind of add on to that, I agree with you and I feel the same way, but I also just feel like as I've matured and grown up, my kind of mindset is just, your opinion of me is absolutely none of my business whatsoever. If you think negatively of me, that's fine. If you think positively, that's fine. If you're neutral, that's also fine, because you're entitled to have your opinion of me. I'm entitled to have my opinion of you, and ultimately, the one opinion I care about most is my own, because I have had way too many traumatic things happen in my life, especially the past year. I've had so many of them happen to me to the point where I don't want to waste my time caring about if somebody's judging me or not. I'd rather use my time enjoying myself, you know? I just like, I've had so many things happen that I'm at a point where I literally do not care whatsoever anymore. I've also decided additionally that embarrassment is a social construct. And once you realize that and you embrace it, you free yourself a lot more. I feel like a lot of it just needs to be monitored when they're that young. Oh, absolutely, 100%. There's so much on the internet that can mess with the way kids think. Again, 100% agree. I agree with you, Lexi. I'm glad that we like generally seem to agree on all of this. It's very, I can't talk. Very refreshing. With that said, for those of you that are like, when I say close in age to me, I mean like whether you're 5 years older than me or 5 years younger, I mean that particular range. But do you remember the early days of YouTube, how like practically nothing was censored and it was really easy to find stuff on there that you really shouldn't have seen? The same. Lots of stuff I watched on there that I should not have. I remember watching these super dark My Little Pony videos as a kid that I definitely shouldn't have been watching. This is very specific, but there was this like Barbie parody video that someone had made to like, feel like, you know, like the I'm a Barbie Girl song? I'm spacing on the artist that made it, but you know what song I'm talking about? There was a parody of that on YouTube that somebody had made when I was a kid, but it was like a very like morbid and graphic parody, and I thought it was hilarious. So I was always watching it, seeing these visuals that I shouldn't have seen, and I would go around making my sisters watch it. I would go around singing it, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, Lexi, stop, stop, it's not appropriate, stop it, it's scary, stop. Like they would like sit there and tell me stuff like that, and I just didn't care. I was probably looking for it, honestly. Thanks, Child Brain, I guess you want to be scarred. I mean, I feel like a lot of that was very traumatizing, but at the same time now, because of how young I was whenever I saw those kinds of things, I'm now very, unfortunately, desensitized to said violence. Like if I watch like a movie or a TV show, like I don't really bat an eye when I see it. I really don't. These lumbering trolls need a pedicure. It looks like they have grains of corn or toenails. Like, look at them. They're yellow. Go get a pedicure for your corn feet. Where's the dark cape? There it is. I'm the opposite in that I can't watch movies or TV shows with a lot of gore. I am very desensitized to it, and I'm actually a really big horror fan, and I watch that kind of stuff a lot,
to dispel these bubbles.
like all the time. However, I 1,000,000% understand why somebody wouldn't want to or why they wouldn't like it. Like, I do, and I don't judge you whatsoever. Not the corn feet? Well, they do. They do have corn feet. If they don't wash their feet, they're gonna start growing a little ecosystem down there. My sister and her girlfriend went to a horror movie the other day, and we all thought of it. It was really funny, but we were the only ones laughing in the theater. I feel like I'll laugh sometimes during horror movies, only if like the mannerisms of one of the character is really ridiculous. Like, there's plenty of horror movies I've seen where they're just like, as much as it's like a very serious movie, somebody ends up doing some kind of thing that's just funny. That, and like, I've always thought about this, but imagine, just hypothetically speaking, let's say you are for some reason watching a horror movie in theaters. Let's say it's really packed, there's a bunch of people, and then there's a really like silent moment after something serious happened, or maybe after somebody passed away in the movie. And then imagine, like, in that dead silence, somebody just totally rips the loudest fart ever. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care that I'm an adult. If that happened when I was at the movies, I would laugh immediately, and I would laugh really hard over it. I wouldn't make fun of the person, I would just think it's hilarious. Were they walking on their ears? I really don't know.
Fine, take the talisman, free the miscreants. But you will all be chow for the
I like horror games if they aren't hyper realistic. Some of my favorite games are considered horror games, I think, but I can't watch horror movies. Understandable. It was really silly, I don't know. Tell me honestly though, like be very honest with yourself here. If you were at the movies and that happened, would you laugh? Because I would. And I know I would.
Oh, thank you! I thought for sure this... I don't...
I would laugh too, yes. I definitely would. And like, there's no doubt about it. I just would.
Oh, you think Malister did it? Didn't they blow up?
But I think though if it was the other way around and it was me and I was the one that accidentally just totally ripped a loud fart when it was silent, I feel like I'd be so embarrassed I would have to leave at that point. But then again, if you get up to leave after that, even if they can't see your face exactly, they're still gonna see somebody getting up after that and they're gonna know it was you. So I guess like I would leave, but maybe not right away, just to make sure that nobody suspected it was me.
At last! I'll get everyone to safety. Find us back by Nolan and we can discuss next steps.
Private Sweeney? Sydney Sweeney! I didn't realize you were in Wizard101. Hey, Queen.
Everyone safe? Good. Now we need to finish the job the trolls and Warhorn started. We need to I don't know.
Honestly, if it was me, I might laugh too. I would 100% be embarrassed, but I would die of how funny it is. Me too. And also, I feel like the memory of accidentally doing that would haunt me a lot. Also, hey, I am at the point where I need to wrap up the stream. I was mentioning this earlier, but I don't know what song I put on the end screen last, and I don't know. I don't know if it's one that I need to put credit for or not, like in the description, and I don't have that ready. So I'm just gonna turn the lo-fi back on for the end of the stream. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm gonna turn the game sounds back off, actually. Okay. There we go. Turn the lo-fi back on. All right, there we go. Thank you guys for coming to my stream. Thank you for liking and thank you for subscribing. I don't know if we're gonna do a raid today. You guys want to do a raid? If I can find somebody, do you want to do a raid? I'll look in case that's a yes. Let me see. As long as there's not a big chat delay, this one shouldn't be a problem. I'm waiting for something to voice. So what can I see? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so this is a super sweet person. She's comes to my streams periodically. Saber-toothed tigress. I'm sure y'all know her, but if you don't, she's very sweet and is streaming Animal Crossing right now. If you cannot stay for her whole stream or anything, that is okay. But if you could pop in at least to say hello and like her stream, that would be appreciated. Waiting for the chat to pop up. Okay. So again, Saber-toothed tigress. There is her link. Here is the raid command. And of course, with that being said, thank you so much for coming to my stream. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, you should. It's 100% free and a very easy way to support me. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time for another live stream. Bye, everyone!